Hey guys, it's Jason again. I'm going to walk you through two simple topics. Understand the difference between the artboard and what's known as the scratchboard. Super simple concept to understand. A couple things that you're going to want to know about these things are everything that's inside the artboard is going to be an area that is able to be exported and or printed. Okay. You can see here this file that I'm showing you. This is a file for a client of mine that I was doing some custom illustration work for and some custom typography. This is an absolute mess, right? But we all understand that when we're working with anything we're doing, whether it's painting or we're sketching, we're kind of messy, right? That's the whole idea behind the scratchboard area of the Illustrator work window, okay? So it's an area for you to go through and place down all of your ideas, right? I was working with a couple of things over here where I was drawing this little character and then experimenting over here with some little badges, figuring out, can I add texture? You know, kind of getting to a certain point. Oh, let me collapse that down here. Go back. There we go. Okay. Getting to a certain point here, I started to feel like, oh, this is a little bit better. I feel a little more comfortable with where some of these designs are landing. So I left them inside of an artboard. If I was to print, whenever I go to click print, it would print the areas that I'm telling it to print, specifically certain artboards. You do have the ability to print specific artboards in your print dialog box, which we'll talk about in the future. One thing I want to caution you with, though, is if you are going to send a file like this to print, you want to make sure you've cleaned up all of the scratchboard area, because the slightest little point or little thing off on the edge of the scratchboard, whenever you go to export something for web or you go to export something for, maybe a JPEG or something like that, that is a pixelated or raster-based graphic being used for something other than t-shirt printing or scaling vector graphics or anything like that, you will find that it's going to want to take that area that's out here past the artboard, and it's going to want to include it in the entire piece of art. And you'll be sitting there going, why is my stuff coming out small? And why is it not looking correct? Where is this artwork coming from? And it's because you have something pasted way out here outside the artboard. Okay, so remember, artboards are places for your artwork to be, right? If it's final, some people like to work inside the artboard. As you can see, I'm not one of those people. I like to go through and kind of mix my paints and everything outside of here. And then as I get to here, I feel a little bit more finalized. Let me show you what a final piece would look like. So all that mess that I just showed you, this would be a little more final. Notice I still have one thing outside here in the artboard. So what I would do before I send this to my client or before I send this to print, I would go through and just do a real quick once over, make sure that my file is nice and clean and presentable for my client. And the way that I presented this, guys, was I exported a PDF and sent this to my client and let them scroll through and pick which one of these shirt designs they wanted. So hopefully you guys have a little bit more knowledge now about the difference between an artboard and a scratchboard and where and when you should use them. If you need more questions answered, feel free to reach out and happy to answer them.